Welcome to the Academy for Men's Tribal Fire Podcast. I'm Michael Gibson.
And I'm Lance Cole.
Yo, man, you ready to start a fire?
Yeah, let's light it up. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Lance.
How are you, man?
I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
Considering.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. It's been a wild couple of weeks. And, welcome, everybody, to the the Academy for Men.
Tribal Fire.
That's right, podcast. My name is Michael Gibson. I have the illustrious
Lance Cole.
There he is.
There he is. Hello, love.
Hello, love. So we are back in the studio again tonight. Yeah. It is, what is this, a Wednesday, Thursday?
Wednesday.
This is a Wednesday, yeah. And we're here to talk about a number of things. One of the things that has popped up on our radar is this thing called the dark masculine. And we're going to approach this tonight.
We're going to give it a shot.
Yeah, we're gonna try and be as real as we can with it, me not knowing a whole lot about it, but Lance having a great facility with it. So let's get started.
Well, maybe I can start channeling some of the explanations from the dark masculine. So
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
Well, and not only that, but you had the opportunity to work with Bruce Lyons. In ISTA Level 2, which you just completed again.
Yep.
Again, I sang, what's it, the third time or something like that?
Yeah. This is my second level 2.
Level 2?
Yeah,
okay.
First one with Bruce.
Yep. So and Bruce Lyons is like the creator of Level 2 at ISTA, and so
he's one of the primary collaborators in the creation of Level 2, from my understanding. Yeah.
And share a little bit about what you know about Bruce. I mean, you've
not much.
No,
other than what I've when I met him and stuff. I know he has a website. He's doing this big thing around the planet called Wild Love, which is coming up in 2020, which is sounds really amazing.
Yeah.
Is where it's just essentially spreading love around the planet intentionally and in an intentional way, traveling. So like getting in a bus, getting together with community, with your tribe, and traveling around and spreading love. And that's my basic understanding. I haven't read through it in about 6 months because it's been around for a little while. He's building it and preparing for it. But yeah, it's essentially that. And there's a primary one in Europe that he's going to be on, but he's also encouraging others to do it on their own, in their own communities and in their own spaces. Yeah. So there's like specific places where whatever love is calling for, like if you sit down and tune in and meditate into what the field of love wants, then that's what you go and do. That's my understanding of it. Interesting.
And so this is something new that he's been creating, and I'm sure there's a whole lot of logistics to that. Like if you feel people need food, right, you bring them food.
Yeah, like what
kind of thing. What does love require?
What does love require? But it's big stuff. It's not. Yeah. It's like stepping into it largely, and I'm pretty sure it's wildlove.com. I would have to look it up.
Okay,
you can put it in the show notes for you.
Yeah, we'll get it in the show notes. And by the way, we'll just place it right underneath, and we'll put a link there. Yeah. By the way, wouldn't it be cool to have Bruce Lyons on the show with us?
That would be awesome.
As a guest, right?
I would love that.
I'm tinkering with the idea of going down there to
Hayden.
No, Costa Rica.
Oh, to Costa. Oh, yeah, you are.
Yeah, this is coming up, and it's coming up fast, and so I have to make a decision as to whether or not I'm going to go. But I'd be taking it a second time. I'd be auditing it. So, my beloved is telling me, you have to go. She's like, you have to go. You have to go. And I'm telling her I'm not sure. There's some logistics we got to work out and that kind of thing. So we'll see.
He's worth getting the download from, man.
Yeah, that's what she says.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I love about him is he's so tuned that he doesn't remember. Like if you ask him to repeat something, he can't repeat it because it's a download. It's just channeled.
Interesting.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa. Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty amazing.
Well, let me ask you this. As a facilitator, you've known him, you've known of him for a long time, right?
Yeah.
But as a facilitator, when it comes to Level 2, isn't he like one of the ones that like created Level 2? Isn't he one of the
he's one of the primary
masterminds
collaborators?
Behind? Yeah. And what's interesting about ISTA, if I may, and you tell me if you think this is true or not. But what I found from ISTA is that it's primarily a group of well-known tantrikas and others who have been in this work for a very long time, taking the best of what they know, right, and seeing what's available right now in the world of shamanic training.
Sure. Yeah.
And they've taken this temple art school and they've collaborated with all of these great, methodologies and understandings of Tantra and everything else.
Yeah.
And so they don't actually, I've been told, don't call it Tantra. It's not that.
No. Mystery school.
Mystery school.
It's a mystery school.
And I'm a lot more, and to me, I'm like, mystery school. But really, dude, the stuff that I learned in 1 and 2 was so applicable to life at such a real level. Like it had such a good cut to it that that I didn't feel like I was being wooed into some, otherworldly, out there, shamanic, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. I mean, some of it was in there.
Well, even at this particular training, I want to
go ahead,
clarify that real quick. At this particular training, even they were saying, from the teachers were saying, the facilitators were saying, they like seeing people repeat if they need to get it, but they also want people to come get it and go. They don't want people to hold and stay because that just creates another pattern in life. And it's like, so come get what you need and go into the world and seed the world.
Right.
With what you understand and what you're getting, and maybe in 2 years or 3 years, come back and get another dose.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be different. Because the facilitators, like you were saying, like it's a mystery school. The reason why it's a mystery school, and this is my opinion, I mean, you probably get different opinions from different people, but it's because what Des did is go around the world and find, the local community teachers, the local community shaman, the local community tantra teachers, the local community psychologists, the local, all these people, breath work people, all these different people. And there's 3 facilitators, and they come from all walks of life, from different lineages, from different belief structures, all this stuff. And they come together, and there's a basic curriculum, right? There's like, this is an exercise we're going to do.
Right.
And then one of them will teach it.
Yep.
And if you go to another training or a different training with that same teacher, you might get a different teacher teaching that same exercise. It's going to be presented differently.
Yeah.
So that's why the mystery school.
Well, and it's on top of that, if I may add to that,
totally.
It's also that each time you go, you're with a different collective as well.
Yeah.
There, the people that came that were in my, level 1 and level 2, and it's so interesting because I still feel like a student here. Like I feel like I'm kind of at the microphone, and I'm really blessed to be able to do that. But I'm also a student, and I have been that way my entire life.
Yeah.
I'm constantly ever learning, and that was one of the things that got me, was that the stuff that I learned in this particular training that I was in Oracle with you, was so different for each and every person that was there, based on the fact that each and every person that was there got the cut that they got, but they were with the people they were with.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a variable there.
Yeah.
Now take that variable and change it. Put a whole different set of people with you, and you're a different person when you go the second time around.
Yes. That was a very different experience for me. Totally different experience.
Yeah, I'm really leaning towards going to Costa Rica, bro.
I did it alone. I did it alone, and I did it as just a participant. I didn't want to assist or have any responsibilities.
Oh yeah.
Because usually I'm assisting, and where it was my second one, I could have assisted and served the field in that way. But I really felt that I needed to just get the download.
Right.
Even regardless of facilitators, I was blessed to have Bruce there.
Yeah.
And blessed to have Triamaka and Kamala. But it's...
Oh, wow, you had those two as well. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was it was a powerful trio.
Yeah, no doubt.
And, but just to go get it for me, I needed it for me. I needed to go get the experience for me, and just receive whatever was, whatever I needed to receive. Yeah. And I feel like I got it. I'm still working it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's,
Well, we're hitting you up for some of that knowledge today.
Yeah.
Right? We're looking for a download on
the dark masculine.
Dark masculine shadow, stuff like that. So
yeah. So there's that whole piece, and it's very transpersonal. I'm going to throw that word out there. The level 2 is very transpersonal. Right. And it's based on that. It's supposed to be. Level 1 is very body-centered, body-based. This is this is that. Boundaries, consent, all those things. And then you get into the transpersonal space of what that looks like.
Right.
And it's a wonderful journey.
So a good definition for transpersonal, if people are wondering, what does transpersonal mean? Why don't you give it?
Yeah, no, go for it.
It's a tough one.
It is a
I've
tough one.
I've got one.
Yeah.
It's where you pull. It's where it's no longer personal. I mean, just that simple. Transpersonal, right?
Yeah.
It's beyond personal, and
Yeah.
so no longer are you interacting as Michael and Lance. Now it's man and man,
Yeah.
or whatever transcends just who we are as a personality or ego.
Right.
So that's transpersonal, and it becomes, and it gets really cool when you're man with woman, or you're a man with gender fluid man.
Yeah, sure,
or
sure.
you're right, like, so then it becomes that, and it's
Yeah.
just completely transpersonal, and then it becomes that you're human.
Yeah. Very much. Very much.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can keep going with that if you like, but
Yeah, there's it becomes, it's transpersonal. So yes, getting, removing the personal from it, or not necessarily removing the personal. I worded that wrong. I'm going to retract that.
right,
Pull it back. It's not taking things personally. So not taking it personally. It's like when you can, and this can go into the sovereignty piece, into the individuality and self-responsibility and all of that. So it's like we're sitting here across from each other together doing this podcast, and we had a conversation earlier where I wanted to challenge you a little bit, and I did, and that it came from the transpersonal space.
yeah,
It's very personal to you, and I feel like I acknowledge that, and I got permission to engage with you.
yeah, you did.
And yet it's just it's transpersonal. Like
Yeah.
I don't take on your energy of emotion that you're giving off based on the difficulty you were going through, and you don't take on mine,
Right.
and it becomes transpersonal. So we're able to connect in that space and understand with each other that I'm here because I love you and I want to help you, and I feel like I have a gift to give to you right now.
Definitely.
And whatever that gift is, whatever
Yeah.
the situation is with whoever you're with,
So it's interesting because in that conversation, right?
Yeah.
I was like so candid, man. I was like, I don't feel this person's humanity.
Yeah.
Like I'm not connecting with this person as they're a human person. Like I
Right.
was like, so, and you really brought it up. You were like, look, man,
Yeah. You got to create some more space.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Create
You
some
know?
more space for yourself, for you, like for you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because it's like
Yeah,
when,
that was good, man. It was good advice.
when I can I roll with this?
Go for it, man.
Is that cool with you?
Because there's some dark masculine here.
There is some dark masculine. So let's,
Yeah.
wonderful how that kind of drops itself in.
Isn't that how we do this?
Yes, it totally is.
Welcome to the podcast.
So
We're professionals. Yeah.
with that, I want to make sure, I want to check in real quick. I
Mhm.
want to make sure, because this is transpersonal. So I want to make sure you're there in that space with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to cut through it.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
and I'm not going to react.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm
so
very much in the transpersonal right now.
I can be with whatever comes out,
No,
but
it's good.
I just want to make sure you're with me and we're there and we're together.
Okay,
on
so
this.
I have to admit I'm a little high,
Got it.
but
And
I'm with you.
Okay,
And
cool.
And I'm with you. Yeah.
all right, so I can manage that. That's awesome. So
Transparency all around here.
yeah, totally transparency. I'm not, by the way, just
Right.
for the record.
Yeah, I blew the smoke out.
Yeah,
So,
it went outside. When you said that was the red flag for me.
yeah.
I can't feel her humanity, because the first thing that popped in my brain was, you're not feeling your own humanity.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that, like, think about that statement for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, step outside of it.
Yeah.
Step outside of your situation. Become the observer, and think about, like, if you heard somebody say, like, if they're heated about a situation or an interaction with somebody, and they say, I can't see that person's humanity. Like, they're not fucking human. That means that they're dirt. They're
Right.
a piece of shit.
Yes.
They're just this whatever.
Right.
They're
Not
this
not
fucking,
human,
they're not human. They're
Right.
this gnat on the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna smush it.
and would have as little regard for the person,
Right.
for this human, who you don't even see their humanity, and that was a red
Right.
flag.
That's a huge red flag.
Totally.
Yeah. So that's why I made the suggestion I made.
That was totally me in the dark masculine.
Shadow dark masculine.
Shadow dark masculine, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
very much
hardcore,
so.
dude. I was so, and sometimes I'm not fun to be around.
I don't know if we don't have to label it that.
I'm interesting,
right?
though. I can make this guarantee. I'm definitely interesting.
Yeah. See, I like this. I like that. Thank you for saying that, because this is one of those things where it's like when you're with somebody, like you and I are here, we're talking, right?
Yeah.
We were off camera, we were just hanging out.
Right.
And I can see what's happening. And I get, I can empathize with your emotions. I feel very similarly. Like I feel the same way that you do.
Yeah.
Right? Except I don't see your humanity,
Yeah.
right? So
I don't see their humanity.
I don't see their humanity. So, and it's totally okay. Like even though I say that, like that I brought that mirror to you just
Right.
now,
Yep.
like because you said that, I immediately got that you're not seeing your own,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So that mirror, it does not invalidate what's going on for you, your feelings, your emotions, the state you're in. It doesn't. I don't intend to like disavow anything of your experience,
Right.
right? Which is why I presented the way that I did to you. I
Yeah.
didn't, in that moment, I didn't look at you and say, "Well, where's your fucking humanity, dude?"
And
right?
you could have.
I
You'd have been right
totally,
to.
I totally could
You
have.
would have been right to say that.
It would have been right to say it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And no, to
Yeah.
me, no,
Right.
because that to me is just stepping up into your face, going nose to nose, and confronting you,
Right.
and being confrontational.
Right.
And if you're in that state, why do I want to get a rise and start to take? But that's me. If I did that, that's me taking on your emotional state,
Right.
because you're heated, right?
Right.
You're agitated. You can see like that. That would be throwing a fishing line out for rage to pop out of you
Well, and by the way,
on me.
yeah. Well,
Right?
and by the way, this is stuff that just comes on you.
Yeah,
Like it's not. It's so.
and it's okay.
Forget the situation and how it all happened. Right.
Right.
It's that something's wrong here, and I'm getting really present to this. So if you don't mind, I'd just like to say something
Do
about it. So like I'm discovering in the laboratory, when you're in the laboratory of life,
Yeah.
let's call it that,
Mm-hmm.
you're constantly discovering new things about yourself. And I love the fact that like what we talked about today in the other podcast was that, you need brothers around you who can actually
Yes.
be with you and do this kind of stuff. At some point I get to reverse the roles, right?
Yeah. Totally.
The interesting thing is that like as I look on what had me be so angry was that something was wrong here, and it was for me, I think this is a welcome to my life kind of moment. Right?
Yeah.
Disrespect. If I feel disrespected.
Yeah.
Or if I feel like something I care about is disrespected or whatever. So the disrespected
Right.
feeling I'm having of somebody not holding what I hold dear and giving it the same level or at least some reverence in that sense.
Sure.
And so feeling disrespected also has to do with my own ego.
Yeah.
Like part of it, because it's like, who the fuck are you to talk to me like that?
Right.
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 And so there's a little bit of that there. And again, we're talking dark masculine and maybe
Yeah.
even dropping into some shadow, because when it gets to the point where the other person loses their humanity, what's any different from that way of being or just a psychopath?
Right. Right.
Right? It's
True.
kind of that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
So then once you can regain that humanity piece, or once I can regain the humanity piece,
Yeah.
then I can go back and go, okay, this is a human being.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
Right.
Maybe I'm not right about all that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Right? Maybe they're not a X, Y, Z.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something else is going on. Let's find out what that is.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank
Or
you for that.
do you need to know?
Or does it even matter to
Does
me?
it even matter?
Right.
So you can ask where your energy's going.
Sure.
Yeah. Where you're putting it, what you're putting your energy into, and what you're looking for as a result.
Right.
Like letting go of the need to have understanding of somebody else's point of view. Like if they're not agreeing with you and you're taking offense to that, which is those are my words.
Sure.
Kind of summarizing what you just expressed.
Yep.
that work for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they don't necessarily agree with a viewpoint or a view on something. And it's like, well, okay, great. So what?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it? Like, do you want to have a discussion? Like, everyone has their BS. Everyone has their
Sure.
belief structures in life. It's like when we can start observing our own
Yeah.
and understanding like what's moving us and what's driving us inside.
Yeah.
We can cut through the bullshit of life, and we can cut through the bullshit of taking like offense to somebody's idea.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, why am I taking offense to this? You know, like look at the transpersonal piece of this whole entire thing. You know, and this is like inner dark masculine, like operating and keeping me present to what's really going on in myself, so that I can stay present in the world.
Right.
And it's like, I'll let people be who they need to be in the world. You know, if this in this situation, if this person wants to continue to be narcissistic and they want to live their life that way, then you know what? People are going to disappear from their life.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, they're not going to want to hang around, and they're going to go find some empaths, and they're going to attach to them for a little while, and then they're going to leave.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like
use them up.
they use them up. They burn them out.
Sure.
You know, which is really fucking sad. You know, and hopefully with a lot of the things that are changing, like the introduction of dark feminine, dark masculine to the planet, a lot of these empaths that are out there, they're going to tune in faster to it.
Right.
And they're going to be able to cut through that narcissistic bullshit faster. And they're going to be able to take care of themselves faster. Right? And not from a shadowy space, because they're coming in from like a light masculine, light feminine space. So that light worker space, and actually honoring, you know, the shadow, and saying, hey, this is actually a part of me. And there's the dark, right? And then there's the shadow. There's a big distinction here, right?
Yeah.
So
we'll talk about that distinction a little bit.
Dark masculine would be a healthy masculine.
Okay.
Shadow dark masculine would be a shadow dark masculine.
Right.
Right? Or an unhealthy dark masculine.
Would you say that
Same
the
thing
conversation
with
we were
light
having before, like that's more the shadow? Like I couldn't see the humanity in this person?
That would be the dark shadow.
That'd be dark shadow.
Yeah. Well, that would be, yes.
Okay.
Let's just,
that's fair. I'm willing to own that.
Yeah. It's
so
dark masculine, but it's in the shadow.
Got it. So what?
Let me give you the foundation of dark masculine and dark feminine, and also light masculine, light feminine.
Well,
the foundation of all of these is love and compassion.
Right. Let's try to keep.
Period. And that's the distinction, and that's why yours. That's why you're recognizing that it was in the shadow of the dark masculine. Right. So keeping it there, it's because it wasn't coming from love and compassion.
Okay.
So it's like the love and compassion spear cuts through the bullshit.
Right.
Strongly and gently.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's definitely not where I was at.
No.
Nope. I was definitely not. I was using the spear of rage and anger.
Right.
And so anyway, so that's definitely the dark shadow.
Yeah.
And then you have dark masculine, which you said there is a healthy version of that.
It's just dark masculine is the healthy version.
Right. Well,
period.
What I'm saying is, what is that? So do you have any examples?
Well,
like
feel into. Oh, yes, I do. I do have an example. I kind of want to stick with this though a little bit.
That's okay.
Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Yeah. So I would like to see where you're at with what's happening for you, and see if there's any kind of transition or transformation inside you that's brought you to that having, like I said before.
Well, I get.
Don't discount your emotions.
No. What's the new view that I have?
Yes.
How about that?
What's the new view?
Okay. Well, I would say that the new view that I have is one of compassion and love, and part of me is curious as to where this other person's behavior came from.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me is curious. Another part of me is kind of like, well, I kind of think I know.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with not being in relating with this person.
Right.
I'm quite okay with it.
Yeah.
But the difference here is that I'm not pissed off anymore.
Right.
Like before, I was really pissed off.
Yes.
Right. Now I'm just kind of like, I got no energy now.
Right.
There's nothing. I'm not hooked.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a big piece. I think
That's huge.
I got as a transformation in all this. And then the other thing is that I don't have to react.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't.
Yeah.
I can actually withhold response.
Yeah. Awesome. That is so good.
Which is completely different than my other way of coming at it, because I had so much to say, right?
Right.
And it was all projecting, and it was
Mm-hmm.
all bullshit.
Yeah.
It was just, bullshit. So I'm happy with the transformation that I found in this piece. And that's healthy masculine right there. What I just described to you, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
right, would be considered healthy masculine.
Absolutely.
And that person actually gets to be human.
Yeah.
And
that's like the beauty of it, because you bring the humanity piece back in, and you could come from the love and compassion space. And now to tie that together into what the dark masculine would do, all the feelings that you have, and the like cutting through the bullshit that you see.
Yeah.
But doing it from the place you're in now.
Right.
Not from the rage place
or
the anger place. Still be angry.
Mm.
Anger can have a foundation of love.
Okay.
It's how you present it and how you express it and how you're with it in the communication or in the relationship with the world or human or whatever that matters.
Now,
right?
I wonder how much of that is can also be translated to or should be, maybe I don't want to shit on anybody.
Yeah.
But what if that can be taken on personally?
How so?
So
tell me more.
So in the sense that when I think of what it is to be dark masculine, that it comes from love and concern,
compassion. Yeah. Love and compassion. Yeah.
That how much of that should be or could be or must be taken on towards oneself, love and compassion, like as a foundation, because it's kind of like, in this situation, I could be very judgmental of myself.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I could definitely hold myself as, well, that's a shitty way to be.
Yeah.
And beat myself up for it. Believe me, those hammers.
Yeah. I get it, man.
Right? You can hammer yourself to death. Like
totally.
Literally. And an awakening to something like this opens up a new opportunity for relating with oneself.
Yes.
Hugely. In a completely different way. And even in the transpersonal. So isn't that interesting? Yeah. I'm having this experience right now that I'm not just like taking this on as an experience for myself, but transpersonally.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to be, this is not about me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Do you know?
Yeah.
And the way that this gets transmuted, quote unquote, it's an interesting word.
It's a wonderful word.
Is through that what we're calling transformation.
Yeah.
And man, look, thank you.
It's fucking beautiful.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying something.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
I love you, bro.
I know you do. I love you too, bro.
It's like
For
when stuff like this happens, when we go through these things, it's like, how do we even know that we're there? Like, how do we, and how can we operate in that space? It's like so many people no one, I didn't go to school for this. I learned this. I went out and set out to learn this stuff on my own. And I did.
Yeah.
I went and found places I could go learn it.
Right.
And it's like, how can I share this with the world? How can I share what I've learned with the world and help people? Because and it's like if people can become receptive,
Yep.
right, and open up that little bit of space in themselves so that they can take on a new idea or a new approach to life or to how they're seeing things in the world and change the belief structure, or just create that observer space. If you can create that space where you can step outside yourself in the transpersonal personally, right, like what you're saying, and observe what's happening, right, like use that. It's a fucking tool.
Right.
Like stop, take a breath, step outside yourself. People, common terms, put it on the back burner, let's put a pin in it.
Yeah.
Let's do,
right.
Hey, I need 5 minutes. I need to put a pin in this, and then go and take care of yourself emotionally. Take care of yourself. The emotional body needs to be worked out and taken care of.
Right.
Just like the physical body does.
That's absolutely true.
And we can do that by using this particular tool.
There's tons of these tools. And by the way,
yeah,
you teach a class called Bliss.
I do. I totally do. Yes, I do.
Where this is absolutely one of the things that you deal with. It's called emotional release.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a somatic, like it has real benefits towards like getting the stuff out of your body where it's just all pent up anger and anxiety, and it can cause pain in the body.
Yeah.
In fact, that's an interesting thing. So,
stuck energy. You got to get it moving.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a program you lead called Bliss, and aren't you doing one like next month?
September 8th.
September 8th.
Yep.
Holy
September 8th.
shit, dude.
Sunday, September 8th. It's coming up quick.
Wow. Today's the 28th, man.
Yep. It's about a week and a half, I think.
Yeah, dude. 10, 11 days away.
Yeah. 10, 11 days.
Do you have opening?
There's a few
have any
openings
room
left.
left?
Yeah, there's a few
Okay.
left. So yeah, if you want to get in, and we welcome repeaters too. There's a little bit
Absolutely.
of discount for repeaters.
Yep.
And you can find it on Facebook.
Yep.
Just type in Bliss Beginners Tantra Course. And the amazing thing about this one is that Lori is going to be in town. This is Lori's entry level course.
Yeah.
And I've been teaching it for about 3 years now, maybe longer now at this point. And I haven't been able to teach with her in about 2. It's been about 2 years since she's been able to teach this course.
Yeah.
So she's in town, and she's going to lead it, and I'm going to co-teach it with her. And I'm so fucking excited about this.
That's awesome.
I love it. It's great. It's great. So she's in town. So if you can come, I don't know when she's going to be able to do it again. Her 2020 schedule is already packing in. We're in August. It's like month 8, and her 2020 schedule is filled practically. So if you want to come take this course, please come and take this course.
It's not likely she's going to be back to teach it anytime soon.
Anytime soon.
Yeah.
It might be another couple of years. And then we're also offering Ecstasy, which is her second level course. So you could do both, Bliss being the prerequisite, Ecstasy the following weekend, which comes on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a 3-day course. You can find that on Facebook as well, and also lorihandlers.com. Both of them are there. Just go to workshops, and she's teaching. I'm gonna co-teach with her on both of them, and I'm super excited about it because it's been a while since I've been able to teach with her.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna be great.
I mean, the cool thing is that it's something you and I have in common.
Yeah.
I just completed yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
I just completed my apprenticeship.
Oh, congratulations!
So I'm
now officially a sex and happiness coach.
Yeah, I am actually.
I love it.
I don't know if I'm going to get a certificate or not, but
no, there's no certificate. No, you just put that at the end.
Just put it at the end of your name now. Yeah,
Michael Gibson, Sex and Happiness
Sex
Coach.
and Happiness Coach. It's
Yeah,
exciting.
Yeah.
So you and I have that in common.
Sweet.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
It was it was a very cool apprenticeship.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a lot out of it, man. It was 18 months.
Yeah.
And some of the coolest people, Brianna, Kribauer was there.
Oh, cool.
Jessica and Leslie and Eveline and who else?
Wow.
Yeah, and Crystal Dawn Morris was our co-lead in this, so it was really incredible to learn from both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super cool.
Yeah, if you can get in. I don't know. Is she doing another one?
She's talking about it.
She's talking about it.
She and I are doing so much next year.
Yeah.
You're mentioning 2020 is really filled out.
Yeah, it's filling out.
We're practically filled out almost in November. In fact, we just picked up something new for November.
Wow.
Yeah, so
she's
traveling
booking
herself,
over a year away.
and then she's also booking the two of us. So
Right.
anyway, Bliss.
Yeah, Bliss.
September 8th.
September 8th.
If you haven't done Bliss, if you have done Bliss, some things are new, some things have changed, but it's always different because you've got, like I said before, the variable is the people that you'll be in the room with.
Yeah.
I think there's only a few seats left.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. Bliss, Beginners Tantra. It's September 8th, and you don't want to miss it. So get to lorihandlers.com. The other one was Ecstasy, right? And it's a 3-day course. It's over the weekend. It's a little more expensive, but it's worth it. And believe me, having Lori in town to teach is super, super important, and it's rare.
That's super cool.
Yeah, and Lance and Lori are awesome together.
Super cool.
They were Well, you were there for my bliss.
Yeah, your very first one. Yeah, I remember.
Bliss, so
Yeah. That was the very first one that I taught
Yeah.
something. Back then, we had, I think she had, in that apprentice course, there was about 4 of us there,
Yeah.
like local, and we each took a piece.
It was you
Yeah.
all had a module.
We all had a module
Yeah.
in the course. That was the first time that I did that.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
I did the puja.
That was 4 years ago, man.
That was 4 years ago.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that was the second year of my apprenticeship too.
Wow,
So
man.
that's how long it's been. That's how long
Jeez,
it's
dude.
been.
Wow.
So yeah, I guess I've been teaching Bliss for 4 years then.
Yep. September 8th,
Since I
man.
started. Wow,
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm getting all nostalgic over here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
So September 8th, get in, and then September
13th, 14th, 15th.
okay. So in the following weekend.
That's the following weekend
Yeah.
after that. Yeah, it's just the Friday, Saturday, Sunday after that.
Yeah. So it's
I quote on those dates.
anyway. We'll let you know. It'll all be down here below.
Yep, 13,
below
14,
us as we
15.
talk. So those are the dates that you want to get involved. I recommend you do it. It's literally a life-changing event, and you're going to get some huge downloads from one of the most incredible people on the planet. And I mean that in every sense of the word. So, all right, what else are we doing next? Nothing?
We don't really have anything else lined up. We'll be back next
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, we got a week, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have some fun this week.
Yeah.
And in a couple of weeks, we'll have another special. Actually, Lori's coming back.
Lori's coming back.
We're going to be adding her to the podcast. She's going to be
Awesome.
a central figure with us. So,
Nice.
we're going to have this jive
This is going to be the 3 of
It's
us.
going to be the 3 of us, man.
I'm excited about that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Well, we intended to start the Tribal Fire to kind of get things going.
Yeah.
And then the Academy for Men kind of found its way into becoming its own podcast. And then we thought, why are we doing 2 podcasts, right?
Yeah.
Like, why don't we just do one?
Do one. Yeah.
And so Lori and I talked the other night, and she said, "You know what? I want to be there for those podcasts. Let's start doing them together." And I said,
Wow.
"That makes a lot of sense. Instead of having 2,
Totally.
the 3 of us are going to have so much fun.
Oh my God, this is going to be great.
There's going to be some wine drinking.
We're going to have to do, my God,
I
we're
can
going to have to
promise you
start.
that.
These are going to be longer than a half hour, 45 minutes at this point. Holy cow, the 3
Well,
of us.
this has been almost an hour here, but yeah, the 3 of us with something to say. Oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot going on.
Yeah.
Well, that's huge.
hmm
That's just ginormous.
Yep.
That's so wonderful.
And we'll continue to have other, special guests come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Recently
Totally.
we just had Christopher Lovestone on, he's an amazing guy, man. Conscious
Oh,
Cock. That
yeah.
was such a great
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, that was a great
And it's
podcast.
so much fun, man. So much fun. I'm learning from this guy.
Yeah.
I really am.
If you didn't get a chance to watch it yet, then definitely go back in the archives and find it
Yep.
because and give it a listen or give it a watch, and it's
Absolutely.
It's
And it's
awesome.
available at our Patreon page too.
Yep.
So patreon.com/TAFM
Yep.
stands for the Academy for Men. But yeah, you'll find it there as well. And then I think if you look it up on YouTube, you should be there.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it'll be up on YouTube and
Yep. It's live. We're not charging for it, man. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's a great podcast. He does something called ConsciousCock.com, and he wrote a book called Conscious Cock. And man, I'm telling you, this book is
good content.
Shall I?
Do it.
It's thick.
You did it.
I did, right? I capitalized on that one,
You
buddy.
did. You got it.
No, it's thick with information.
Nice.
How about that?
Nice.
With lots of really good content.
Either way.
You're going to love it. All right. Anyway, thanks for listening in.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Have an amazing day, amazing evening, wherever you are on the planet.
That's right. I'm Michael Gibson.
I'm Lance Cole.
Thanks for hanging out at the Tribal Fire Podcast.